Hello and welcome to the 5th annual anniversary of guns. Is that right? Yes, it is. Okay, so today I was digging around in my backyard. Oh, that is loud. I was digging around back there, and I was searching what I had for my hunting stuff, and I found we have an older gun from about the probably before it was probably in the 1940s that this gun was made for World War II, but I don't think it ever saw action. But somehow my grandpa had it, and he passed it on down to my dad, and my dad passes it on through to my family, which he hasn't done yet. He hasn't chosen. But anyways, I was looking through some old shells that this thing came with, and it came in a 60s box that had some shells in it. I was like, oh, cool. So some of these things were defective, so I didn't want us really to shoot them around, cracks in them. So I was pulling them out, looking at them, and there's one that didn't label with the gun that we had, which is a Lee Enfield. Basically, it didn't have the label saying Lee Enfield shells. So I opened it up and looked on a casing. There is basically everyone's seen a bullet, but I looked on the back of like where the primer is. If anyone really knows what that is, I don't know. Where the primer is, right around that, this says what shell this what the shell works with and when it was made. And I was looking at some of these shells, and they were made in the 40s, so they're probably going to World War II at the time. So I looked at where they came from. I did some research. It was Lake City. Actually, I'll go grab the casings right now so I don't fault around with this. I believe it was sliding across my room like a bus. It was Lake City Army Ammunition Plant, which was one of the first government-issued ammunition plants. So they ran and they made shells for World War II, anywhere from 30 calibers up to, what was it? I think it was like 50, maybe 100 caliber shots, which 100 calibers obviously would be an artillery gun. But so I thought this was just really cool, so I thought I'd share it, like that. A gun that it's basically my family heirloom, and it's pretty cool that I have found probably something that's worth, I don't know, it's pretty old, and these things are, it's a piece of history, and you never know what you're gonna find if you dig around through your house. And something I like doing is looking through a bunch of old stuff that we have and seeing what I could find. But so I found these little old shells and thought I might share that. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, I am playing COD 4 on shipment. This is like a server where there's about 20 people in a 50 slot map on shipment. So as you can guess, there's a lot of spawn camping, and just every crazy crap happens, and it's just amazing to watch because it's ridiculous how much people get shot up in this. But anyways, back to the gun. So yeah, the gun, I also did some more research on the Lee Enfield. The Lee Enfield has a hollow stock for the fact that it had a survival kit in the back of the stock. Like, you pop out the butt of the gun, so the back of the stock would come out, and there'd be your survival kit. So you maybe have a gun cleaner, you'd have a knife, some flint and steel, all that kind of stuff. So I took my 303 here and I hit on it, like knocked on it, see if the back was hollow, and as far as I can tell, the back sounds hollow. But I think my grandpa got the gun refurbished when he got it, and I'm not 100% sure when he got it. I haven't asked him that yet. But so I think when they refurbished it, they put in a new butt of the gun. Like, the gun looks like really new. We keep ours in beautiful condition. Like, every time we take them out, like every day after we're done hunting, we polish the guns, we clean them out, we just make sure everything's tip-top shape so that they're not gonna rust. They're gonna look great for a long time to come. Because these guns are something we want to pass on. Like, We also have another thing that came from my grandpa too, which is a 22 from the 20s, 1920s it came from. And my great grandfather, before he died, before he died, he sent my dad some shells, like really old shells. Like they were, when he was a kid, these were old shells for him. So what they were like to us was just insanely uh, old, and they were like, from, they were probably World War I shells, and we shot them off. I don't know why we did that. We should have saved one at least. They were really cool. Like, had rivets, and they were a lot different from what we'd see now. If you search up 22 shells, you'll see, your regular shell, but a smaller thing. And so that's something really cool I learned about. I don't know, I guess my family and our heirloom today. That was fun. And coming up with the fact that it is Remembrance Day soon, I thought I would say a couple words to all of our veterans, because we should all be thankful. And I don't think enough commentators do enough Remembrance Day stuff for what they did. Like, I wouldn't be here talking about my guns from World War II, or you wouldn't be here watching that video if, well, yeah, you wouldn't be here watching that video if those men didn't go and shoot other men. Like, just how horrible it would have been, it's beyond me. Like, we'll play these Call of Duty games thinking, oh yeah, well, I don't think, there might be the odd person, like 10-year-olds think, oh yeah, war is great, it's like the video games, you get shot, you respawn, don't worry about it. But I think what they don't understand is, even, they think, oh yeah, I can survive war. It's not, I don't think surviving war nowadays is the hard part, it's the after effects of what goes on to the people that we have. Like, suicides are insanely high after you go to war. Post-traumatic stress disorder, like, I know someone who he has just night reactions to when something, like, he'll be in the nights and he'll get up and, I don't know, his mom's going to do something, and he'll wake up and he'll yell at her not to go to the door, because they're probably waiting for them at the door. Just really odd stuff. Like, he'll run around the house screaming about what he saw and what happened. It's not a lovely place to go to. And to be honest, I always think that I would love, like, I always think that I would eventually have to fall back on the military. It's just what I think I would be capable of. But it's just, I think I don't want to now. I realize how bad it is, and the situations that they go through are immensely hard, and so we all got to be thankful for them for keeping us free and risking their lives, and maybe their children take a fall for this too. They have to watch their parents suffer, about what they had done or what they've seen, and that must not be easy to watch your parent eat away at themselves because their friend was shot and they think it is their fault. So I'll tell all the families that have gone through that, and I'm pretty lucky for my family. I have some ex-military. My uncle, he saw action, but he was never, I don't think he ever saw too much of it. It's my great-great-grandpa. He saw some action in the plains, so he wasn't that badly off. And my other one, he was a naval person, and they're all World War II except for my uncle, and he was in the Navy, and he didn't see any action. He took a boat all the way to, I think he just went on the boat to bring supplies, and that's all he did. So I'm pretty lucky for that. They didn't have too much bad stuff that happens to them, but I've just heard stories about my friends, like how affected their family has been for it, So it's tough, but I would like to thank all the veterans, and I would like to thank you all for watching. Peace off.